Alright, so since the PC port just released, I figured I'd make a video to help some people get started on their quest to pub stomp the absolute living shit out of innocent, dare I say, defenseless mobile players. Now, I mean, first of all, Pixelgun somehow fucked up on the most important part of the PC port, which is to add custom keybinds. However, you can still add those to the software of your keyboard and mouse like this. And before anyone comments that they are fixing this, I know, but nevertheless it is still pretty retarded they forgot to add keybinds to their game, since it is like the most important part of the PC port, due to the fact that weapon switching is like the only thing that keeps people playing their game. That and sandbox. Like, imagine they release Doom Eternal without the ability to assign different keys to your weapons and abilities. The game will be fucking shit. Speaking of Doom Eternal though, some of you guys might know that I used to play the shit out of that game, and after spending a few dozen hours on it, I figured out some highly effective keybinds for weapon switching. And now I know Doom Eternal technically isn't the same as Pixelgun, but fuck you. Now, first of all, I'm using mouse 5 for the sniper, because it's usually how I like to start off a cat spam cycle, since it does the most damage. But if your mouse doesn't have these fucking autistic buttons on the side, you can also just bind it to Q or E, to be honest. Then secondly, I'm using special for mouse 4 to continue the cat spam cycle, but this can also be bound to either Q or E. Then lastly, I followed it up by left alt for backup to finish the cycle. Additionally, I'm using control for heavy, since it is very easy to click on when I need to rock a jump, or when I wake up in the morning I feel like I'm going to be a tumor to death. Primary is F for close range, but I don't really use it that often. And finally, melee is shift, which is very important because melee can cancel out delay, which is something you're gonna want to do a lot because it looks cool as fuck. Also, it's just great for movement speed, but like that kind of speaks for itself, right? Gadgets and shit doesn't really matter because that's for pussies, so I just leave that as the default. But like, honestly, just do whatever you want with that, unless you're like a fucking Unocard or Cyber Beast spammer, then I honestly hope you fall off a flight of stairs in-game. No, in real life! And in terms of settings, just basically turn off everything that the cucks at QB Games decided to default on a PC port. So that includes shit like VSync, motion blur, bloom, and especially chromatic aberration. Also, be sure to cap the frame rate at whatever the max FPS cap is of your monitor, otherwise at unlimited FPS, it's basically going to eat away at your GPU, despite that Pixelgun is supposed to be very easy to run. But now that we've got all the settings out of the way, it's time to mog some fucking orphans. Pow G, play that shit. Okay, me and yo, high mileage, gon' tell 'em about it. The price is right, and I might buy it somewhere. On the jet I'm flying, said it's love, I know you high. Alright, so first of all, what I've definitely noticed while warming up is that PC has much faster aim and weapon switching compared to mobile. Like, it's not even fucking close. I think this has to deal with the fact that on mobile, you can barely aim and switch at the same time. I mean, I can't. There's some people that can, but like, I'm dog shit at it, so it is what it is. But on PC, I can perform a shitload of actions at once without losing much input speed at all. A big disadvantage of PC, however, is probably the movement, especially on maps like Sniper Forts where you need very precise movements to shoot from certain positions without getting hit. And on PC you kinda lack the ability to accurately move at slower speeds since, you know, all of your inputs are at max speed by default. This will work really good on pools though. So like, maybe mobile players will still be able to compete on forts, but on other maps it is the equivalent of putting a gender transitioned Mike Tyson up against a 50-pound starving Victorian girl. You know, one thing that I really see nobody talk about are the consequences of the PC port. Like, within the next month, no mobile players will be able to compete with PC players anymore. It is gonna be the most one-sided thing since the invasion in Tiananmen Square. Like, just look what I'm doing to these poor fucking kids. And keep in mind, I'm not even good at PC. I'm just monologuing while I'm accidentally dunking on an entire orphanage worth of players. And before anyone calls me immoral for this gruesome act of violence, I want to clarify that it is 4 AM right now and way past their bedtime. Someone had to put their bitch asses to sleep. And also, for anyone who disagrees with my takes, just like, imagine what would happen if they released CSGO on mobile and made that shit crossplay. You know, nobody in their right mind would play the mobile version because you would be unable to compete with even the worst of PC players. And that is exactly what I think is gonna happen to Pixel Gun, to be honest. It's going to kill the mobile community, and then the PC players are going to play against other PC players, and they're gonna be unable to pub stomp lobbies anymore, and then the game is slowly going to die off. Either that, or if the game becomes really fucking popular on PC, who knows? Like, just imagine seeing some player like Shroud just completely destroy everyone in this game. That'd actually be funny as fuck. Probably not gonna happen, though. Also, I'm sure some of you are wondering what platform I'm gonna be playing on going forth, but I feel like that should be pretty obvious. You know, despite the fact that I've spent my entire life playing on iPad, I feel like I'm already closing the gap within the first day of playing the PC port. Like, trust me bro, once you play on PC, it's really fucking hard to go back to mobile. It's like switching from vapes to liquid heroin. Anyways, that's about it. PC port's gonna kill the game. Also, I'm currently working on a sniper tier list video, so expect to see that uploaded at some point. I'll be collaborating with the best players that I know, so that's very exciting. You're not gonna want to miss it. But anyways, that's about it. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, and bye.